Gilly Wibble, thank you for the subscription with Twitch Prime. Those of you who may be subscribing and donating and throwing bits and such, I'll be sure to address that towards the end. But for now, Lichess Titled Arena 5. Let's see the master at work here. DrDrunkenstein against Knight King 96. Oh, and I should quickly get rid of the sound here. All right. So an open D file and an imbalance. Ooh. Did he already calculate that? That he's going to get the rook in the corner. Yeah, if the knight moves, the knight can be rescued. So White's trying to still keep this guy under control. Both bishops are now under fire. And up a pawn, Carlsen, and look at he's not ready to take the knight just yet, because Black could go ahead and take the pawn on c2. Really holding off on scooping the knight up. Stuck around there for quite a bit. So imbalance structurally, boatload of pawns, and the superior minor piece, excellent stability for the bishop. A perfect home, cannot be challenged. Just rook behind the pawn, improve the king, scare the knight away, and then push. I don't think there's anything fancy with the knight here. Knight here, king here, and then march. Could already start marching at this point. Get the pawn here, the bishop is an excellent supporter. This knight is under control. Let's see how he converts this. He's up just a little bit on the clock, about 10 seconds. Yeah, king. This guy's ready to go as well. King here, king c6 would have been strong. Oh, that's a big blunder. Okay, well, just needs to sack the bishop for the knight, but actually, they may still play on knight versus bishop. That was a big blunder. Losing a full rook there. And another fork. This knight is tricky, and this is winning now for Knight King. Whoa, 1.5, is he going to be able to pull it off? I believe he will. Oh, the queen was free just then. He's trying to burn the time. He's not going for mate. That's a good strategy. No need to go for mate when you could rattle off a bunch of pre-moves, and not the best start for the Doc, who is in 143rd place. Ooh, that knight is extra tricky. Okay. Oh, man. King's Indian for Carl. Rook to e8. Getting out of a pin. A little bit of a delay there. Not sure what the scoop was. Okay. Strong pawn on d5 is challenged. Bishop's post is challenged. Launching the queenside pawns. d5 is a sensitive point for Black. A little bit of space for Black on the queenside. Light square bishop exchange would mean that the knight would have a wonderful square on c4. Hopping in there now, there is no b3. So down a pawn is Carlsen, but has excellent pieces, the knight and the rook. Capturing with the knight would go into an awkward pin. This bishop is stable. Black is now better, having already a flight square, and the more active rook cannot be defended because of mate. So let's see if he can convert this. This is National Master Doomfist. Pretty new player. I don't think I've played, no, from Nigeria, apparently. Okay, anyhow. Lateral defense is the thing to take away from this one. Not going on the same file. These guys can get marching. The rook is very good here. No, actually, this is pretty instructive. Notice there's not this quick move to give a check. Instead, he's going to form a bit of a wall and only then come up here. Actually, I mean, you can continue to improve the king. Ah, that's a nice one. Check, and when the king's here, now you'll be able to go with check and then promote. So we will be getting this one. He's slightly down on time, in fact. But he's ready to pick up the rook next. And we have it. Nice. All right, so he's got the first win. Still plenty of time coming up the ranks. He jumped up there to 75th place. And he's playing against Mr. Green 08, who did not play d5, so I think that's a slip. Now this pawn is a giant thorn, compromising really the whole black queen side. Preparation for a dark square bishop exchange. The dark squares are pretty weak in black's camp. That was actually a move. A knight takes, pawn takes, the rook would have been trapped. No fancy discoveries, huh? Ooh, that's a sharp move. Pawn takes, bishop takes with the skewer. And now we have a killer bee. A Pinaroni on the queen. She's a goner. And there's not too much more to speak of with this one. Yeah, just a quick resign. For Mr. Green 08. So, let me jump over real quick. These are the standings. Penguin is in there under the original handle. No clever tactic this time. Penguin is in there with 13 and is on fire. All right, Baba Ramdev. Next opponent. Let's see what we get here. All right. Looking at the f4 square, the knight is going to go there. Here we go. Good coordination between structure and bishop, an open G file. Here we go with the rooks. H3 is under fire. How do you defend that? The knight drops back home. Yeah, but now you could defend H3, but you cannot so easily contest the G file. So this is a bit uncomfortable for white. Yes. Trying to pry away. This is a weak square. Maybe the queen could slither on in, but I expect something like this. No. No. A Saccaroni giving up the bishop to tear open the structure, and the queen is now a goner. No need for this positional approach. And we got to be a little bit careful, Carlsen, no? Here and then here. Is the king going to be in a little bit of hot water? I think he's feeling like he's in some hot water with this pause. Now under 30 seconds, the king's going to have to bolt. I think this rook is going to be picked up. The rooks can get here or here, and this rook is going to fall. Ooh, and in the end, white is up a minor. Ouch. Okay. Very close to mate. It has perpetual if he wants it. Does he want perpetual or does he want more? He wants more. Wants more. But now white has good coordination. Gonna slip away 15 seconds apiece. Okay. Queen gonna get active. The king has found safe haven. No, I don't know how safe it is. It's a bullet race, and Carlsen is at the 8-second mark. Oh, and there goes the queen. He should be able to pull this one off. Baba. Yeah, another resign by Carlsen. And, okay, a fast pairing Rain Man next opponent. Arca 50s in first with 16 fire. Penguin also with 16, no fire. Rain Man. This guy is very good at counting toothpicks. Where's Carlsen? Uh-oh. He didn't move. Connection issue? Oh, what's that about? Maybe he did not want to face the Rain Man. Hello, Andy is Yoda in the chat. These are the standings. I'm not sure what the scoop is with Carl. Some of you in the chat are saying rage quit. Another is saying his stream is acting weird. I'm thinking it's the latter. We'll see. How about we jump into another game while we wait? And this is probably a good guy to check out. Let's go here. No. We got a game. He's back in there. Just a little bit of a hiccup. Or are we going to have another timeout? No, because if he's disconnected, he's still going to get... No, he's here. Forget all that. We have a Caro-Kann on board against NM Horowitz. Oh, the Bronstein-Larsen variation of the Caro? Solid white structure. Okay, this is being challenged with E5. There is a gap now on F5. One of the most sensitive points in Black's camp, but the king is not around. So, queens are now gone. This is good news for Black. He's now up a pawn as well, and should be converting this, right? Bishop pair, a knight that's kind of out of bounds. Supporting the bishop, soon looking to coordinate on F2, doubling up on the D file. Soon enough, this pawn will fall, and this guy will run. Yeah, you could just pick him up. Probably with the bishop. Rook takes, there would be an exchange, and then here, though, you could follow up with rook to D2 anyhow. Bishop pair, up a pawn, passer, check first, bishop back with tempo. I like that. This guy is falling. And this is too easy at this point, I believe. The A pawn, yeah, white goes ahead and throws in the towel, black up a pawn, bishop pair, fast A pawn. So, where are we at in the standings? Arca, flawless. Jungle Viking is also flawless, 20 with fire, both. Distinctive, a CM candidate master for Carlsen. Plenty of time remaining in this one. Let's see what we get. Whoa, some serious early problems. Will they be corrected? Another non-mover. Carlsen. Something's going on with his internet. Okay, hopefully he could get that situated fast, because these guys are off to a blazing start. 280 are in here. He can certainly come back. That is for sure. We'll stick around here. I don't want to jump away. Last time it happened, he did get a fairly fast pairing. We'll see. I'm looking at the chat here. Some of you here in the Twitch chat are saying that it's the Comcast gambit. Is that sure? We'll see. He is still not in a game. Maybe we could go ahead and jump over to the Penguin, Crazy Penguin, while Carlsen tries to get things situated. Yeah, let's go there. Penguin, Carlsen. Okay, let's see what the Crazy Penguin is. So no. Oh, this must have been a blunder here, huh? No, not quite. Okay, material is balanced. Well, something may soon be lost. You support it though. This guy's not going anywhere. So this is an excellent structure. You take with the rook or the knight. Okay, he wants the file. And he's going to support F4. No, jumps right into the 7th. Maintain the structure. Okay. Challenging the knight. Better pieces for white. All of them are better. And down on the clock. Super fast Penguin. Not too often will you see him behind on the clock. But he only needs... Oh, the knight's actually dead. Fancy. King takes knight, pawn takes, rook here, bishop f8, and this bishop will fall. Under 10 seconds. That chewed up a ton of time. But he's super quick. 6 seconds. Can he come back? I'm not familiar with this player. WGM. 13 seconds to 3. Let's see, 2.7 seconds. It's not quite at a point where you could pre-move out. But I've seen him rattle out. Okay, this is a point where you could pre-move out. Waiting to see how fast. There's a fork. 0.88. The slippery Penguin is going to win. 0.58. 0.1. Why did it even go down that far? 0.13. And timeout for Team Black. Okay, is Carlsen playing? Carlsen's playing. Okay, and where are we at here? Carlsen is down on time and has just won. Okay. Oh man. Okay, let's get things straight here. This is where I want to be. These are the standings, and Carlsen is apparently back up and running in 79th place. I actually don't mind seeing those couple hiccups early on. It makes for an interesting, could he come back? We're going to see. All right, not their first time playing. First time playing in this tournament. Anyhow, open e-file. It's a piece play position. This knight really wants to move, so the bishop can see. It's a little bit of space for white, clearing the way for the bishop. That's a pretty inconvenient move. These bishops are really strong for black. Nice position for black. I like black's position. To be careful that this pawn doesn't move. If rook here, e6 is strong, e6 is in there. So now the white rooks are brought to life. Both sides have very active rooks. Oh, that's a nice continuation. Some structural damage on the queen side now. Wins a pawn. Black has a more active rook. There is a check on e8, but it is not mate. Can't step up to defend. No, the bishop's there to defend, though. An outside passed pawn. So consolidate first. This guy is secure. The bishop secures the white king very well. The king side structure very well. Trying to get active. Going to be a good home for the bishop. Oh, counterattacking against the bishop on h7. Check. Offering a rook exchange. Very sensible. Up now 2 pawns. Carlsen. And 8 seconds on the clock. Easy to get a lot of fast moves in here. Not too long off from being able to pre-move this one out. Constantly questioning the king. He's getting flushed back. And just keep on marching. This guy's a long way off from posing any serious threat to white. He's just going to push on through. Just trying to divert the bishop from defending f6. 5.8 seconds. Yep, and he's pushing on through. Bishop here. Followed up with a promotion. Check, pick up the pawn, and then go hunting. And it's just a timeout. All right, where do we stand? Arca has slipped up. 28 with Fire, 26 Penguin, 25 MSB2, who also competed in the last tournament. For I think maybe the first, that was MSB2's first time competing in the titled arena. All right, back in the ring is Carlsen, and he does have a move in this time around. Playing against Dr. the Big Boss. Running up with a crazy H-pawn. Some dent in the king side structure. This brings into question the black king's home. Where's a safe haven? Now that there's no heart on the king side. No heart on either side, really. And a beautiful square on c5. The knight is jumping on in there. Where to go with the king? It's kind of scary. Knight's on the rim. Not grim here. Wants to get g4 in. No. Just wants the g file. Opposite color bishops. I think white would have liked to have it a little bit different. Still preferred for white. This is a nice shelter. But you know what? This too is not a bad structure either. How do you get at the black king? Meanwhile, black is actually coming back with these last handful of moves, getting some play along the g file. An exchange sacrifice. Trying to break this structure down, but is there something timely with e6 and then maybe targeting the c7 point? May try for that? No. Black seems to be a little bit faster. White has to go on the defensive and the king is returning, but the a-pawn is passed. Let's not forget about this. White also has a nice secure king, and this structure really does a number on both rooks. So exchanging the piece, giving the exchange back. What does black have here? Yeah. Take here. There might be this stuff. Black is getting some action against the white king. 15 seconds apiece, call it. The Dr. Big Boss. What is he thinking about? Okay. I was thinking maybe it was there was a mate threat on a1. Ooh. Now the king can maybe find safe ground right here. The rook defends. Very nice. 7 seconds for black. Queen exchange and run this pawn. Can he be stopped? No, not so fast. The king is there in time. Also, big time edge for white, and now just winning. Yeah. Queen on the scene. This is going to be a W for Carlsen. He now steps up to what? Not on the first page. 32, arc of 50. Ali Reza has now morphed into a GM since the last tournament, officially. I am Ali Reza for Lichess Titled Arena 4. Dimitri I.M. next opponent. Kingside Fianchetto, some Marazzi bind. D5 is in one stroke. And let's see how the center changes. Strong point on D5. Strong point on E5 is being undermined with F6. Yeah, light square bishop exchange. On board, E6 is sensitive. It is backward. This knight moves, this knight will jump in. So these guys are on a standoff. Some pressure on B2. Pressure on the center. The rook is going to stay active on C4. No, an exchange. The knight's going to hop on in there, I guess. No. Very nice. The queen is trying to coordinate with the knight. That's why the queen stays on this diagonal. Meanwhile, this pawn is running. And there's an idea of bishop to D4, queen to D4 as well. The knight could always get the exchange back. What just happened there? Oh, the rook fell. I was thinking the knight's just going to jump in. Forgot the rook was under fire. Anyhow, resignation for Team White. Carlsen got that one. Baba Ramdev. Next opponent. Let's see if Carlsen can get him back. Lost the first one. Was that the one? No. I was thinking that was the one where his opponent went on a spree with forks. Okay. London system in this one. Oh, that's a mouse slip, I believe. He meant a capture on D4. Then I think there would have been a problem on C5 if black wasn't timely. Anyhow, it's right here to capture and be on the queen. The queen can recapture. To be careful about this diagonal. Pressure on G2. Can't go too far. All right. No worries here on the G2 point anymore. No bishop around. Even on the clock. Both sides with a flight square. A little bit of, well, a majority for white on the queen side. So white would like to get these guys rolling. First, improving the knight. There was a threat. Knight C6 with the fork. So some activity now. Queens are gone. Past A pawn. And pick up the F7 pawn with the knight. Keep the rook here defending. To be you have to be careful because of the tricky knights. You have to be tricky because of the knights. Careful. Here, here, and then get the knight here. Yeah. He's already well ahead of that. Eliminating an important ingredient if black is going to try to get some mating net here. So now, up 3 pawns, Carlsen. The A pawn is still around. Doesn't mind giving up the A pawn because now you could just rattle off a ton of moves. 2 connected passers. Are they going to play on? I guess so. Up 5 seconds, but this is plenty. We'll see how he pushes the black king back and slowly escorts the white pawns. 10 seconds. For black. No fancy stalemate tricks or anything. And let's see. Evening out on the clock? Ah, there we go. Little fork. No stalemate. The king has 1 square. Black resigns. Where are we at in the standings? Ali Reza. 32, 32, 30 Penguin. 29, 29, 28. You have to have 24 points if you want to see page 1. Carlsen is in 22nd place. Catching. Next opponent, Carlsen is in 18th place. Nice, strong center. Pressing now with D5. Some space for white. As soon as the queenside castle comes up, notice it's C5, ensuring that the D file does not get ripped open. This is a sensitive square. And this point is weakened as well. Look at the focus on this point. Something's going to happen here. There's going to be an accident on the E6 square. So just securing the king a little bit more. The king is without a home. The knight just jumps on in there. Not much to think about there. It's just Just throw them in there. Even if you drop a pawn, the pieces are coming to life. Possibilities to capture on e5. But now you can't take the knight. There's just enough. There's enough support for it. Trying to weasel on in there. Light square bishop exchange would mean this knight would grow. Be much stronger. He's picking up a pawn. Wow. Okay, this is a dummy piece. What do you do with that bishop? Staring off into space. Currently there's a pin. Alright, just queen back, defending a2. A little jab there on a2, offering a rook exchange. Queen takes pawn, rook up and over. No, trying to take advantage of the pin. Can't take it right away because this guy is pinned. King in the corner, and then rook to b2 incoming. Here we go. You got to get out of the line of fire. Where to go, king? Pick a light square. There it is. No fans. Yeah, there's a discovery. The rook, it's a full rook. No, it's not. Not quite a full rook, but a queen versus rook and knight. And completely winning for white. But, no. I shouldn't. No, black will be able to make a lot of moves here, I think. Yeah, has coordination. This is not easy. Yeah, Carlsen's going to lose this one. Perfect coordination here for black, really. Too easy to pre-move. Too tricky of a knight. He's pushing through. Yeah, a resign time for the doctor. I should mention, oh, okay, Penguin is in first, 34 with fire, 32 with fire, macro. First prize is $3,000. Second is $250, third is $175, $175. Top 5 get something. Next opponent, another game against WGM. I thought they already played a game. Oh no, that was when Penguin played. Okay. I do remember the name. I was like, wait a second. Anyhow. Kingside fianchetto, strong pawn on e5. A knight on f4 at some point, not just yet. Contesting the d file. There is this pin. No pin, the knight drifting into f4 would be nice. Knight on c5 is strong. Both knights are strong. Ah, nice deflection. There's queen takes pawn. Didn't want that. Oh, queen takes pawn, knight takes e4. This king is very comfortable. Knight is a little bit annoying. Provoking b3. Some dark square weaknesses now for this guy. The bishop would like to get activated, so there's some focus on d4 for sure. Every piece is functioning on d4 point. White is up a pawn, however. Up a little bit on the clock. Does not want to allow that capture. He's going to get the pawn back. Bishop's ready to get shut down with e5. Okay. Yeah, this was the opponent. Penguin somehow came back and beat, being really, really down on the clock. Oh, mate threats. Check, check, and then checkmate. Careful now. Okay, this defends. Check. It's close. Okay. Is there a light square blockade? Let's see. This should be a draw, but this is gonna be tough. Easier to play for black. Got some pawn advances. Yeah, now he could get an outside passer. And it should be a draw. 3.3 rat race. Yeah, he's pushing through actually. Yeah, Carlsen will get this one. 2.4 is plenty. Queen is gonna go wild. Carlsen won that one. Is he on the first page? No. 38 with fire. Penguin. 34 Ali Reza. 34 Arca 50. Another game, Georg Meyer. Their 5th game. A Catalan. What do we have here? Georg Meyer is a fan of the Catalan. All right. Open D file, D and C files. Much stronger bishop for white. Better structure for black. King is not too comfortable. Some coordination on e6 and a lot of pressure. So better structure for black, but better pieces for white. Bishops on adjacent diagonals. Both rooks on open or half-open files. But this is getting neutralized fast. Eventually, how do we get this king working? Okay. There's no longer great piece play for white. And this is how the rook is brought to life, and it's now all of a sudden Team Black who is better because of the active rook. Slightly better king position. Trying to challenge g5. Here, I think you may end up dropping that pawn, no? Rook stepping up. He's going to get some material. This rook is very active. Very, very active. And another check. And this pawn's going to fall with check. White is better here. Outside passed pawn as well. This king is very cozy. Down on time, however, white. Who would you rather be? Up a pawn and down 10 seconds, or Carlsen? This pawn is really fast. Control the pawn with the bishop and then get here is the plan. Oh, he's dropping the bishop. Big slip. Very big slip. Now Carlsen is the better side. Rook is ideally placed behind the passed pawn. Bishop is gluing that guy in there, and another. Yeah, he just really. What can you do? Okay, another game. Really fumbled there towards the end. And down on time. Time pressure. Gokar Khan. This is a 17-year-old international master. Don't be surprised if we see that I turn into a G not too long from now. Very strong player. Streaming as well right now, so looking for the first win. This pawn has some great depth, but I don't know. Liability, asset, not sure. Knight takes, bishop takes, it will be picked up. And I think we're going to have that. This knight really doesn't have a good square besides f6, so this guy is going to fall. And yeah, just a little bit of regrouping. Don't have to worry about this. Mate threat on g7. That's defended. It's a little bit awkward. Bishop's out of the way. This pawn is ready to play with d4. Okay. Yeah, this is good for white. Got the pawn back, but now all the white pieces are playing backward structure. Queen takes pawn. Getting the material. Yeah, resign. That's a full piece. All right, where are we at in the standings? Penguin is in first. 46 with fire, 44 Ali Reza. Agonation? 40? Where is Carlsen? 21st place going into that game, this last game. He's getting paired now. He is in 15th place. Not sure how many points Carlsen has. I'll take a peek at page 2 to see how many points he has. So white's really going all in with this launch on the king side. What's the king going to do is a big question. b7 was under fire. Security. Okay, apparently g2 is going to be the home. This tension stays. Pawn takes would be terrible. The knight would just improve and the structure would be ruined. And if you try and take out the knight, this bishop would be an excellent defender of f6. Preparing to open up the g file, maybe. A capture. Capture right now? No, preserving the bishop first. Dark square weaknesses. White has the bad bishop, and the queen is officially cooked. That queen's a goner. And black knows it, doesn't even have to take it right away. Oh, now he takes it. Okay. A little delay there. Didn't need to take it so fast. Are there any fancy mates? No, not quite. Rook takes. You can step up and take the knight. A little bit scary. The bishop is there to defend g4. Yeah. Or was it? Or was it? Because of takes, there's rook takes queen. Oh, the king could have maybe just played back to e6. d6. Anyhow, slightly behind Carlsen. A little bit scary. Inserting a check, the king has a new square. Oh, deflecting the king away from the rook. And addressing this threat on the bishop before cashing in and grabbing some material. Both rooks are under fire. Yeah. 10 seconds as well. Check. And there's no mating net against the black king. He's just giving some material back to make it a little bit simpler. Can function now in the dark squares. Queen versus rook and bishop. Take the bishop and promote. That's what we have. Pick up the rook next, and that's going to be resigned. Now they're going to play out a little bit more, just a few seconds each. Mate in a few. Resignation. Carlsen wins. Where are we at? Penguin is at 50. Where's Carlsen? 34. He is 16 points back. 1 hour, 24 minutes remaining. Let's see what we got. This is a lot of fun. You know, I like to play, but I also like to watch. I like to play chess and I like to watch chess. You know, it's a lot of fun to watch. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, who would have thought? Okay, some space for each side. Space for Carlsen in the center. Space for white on the queen side. Black is also going all in. Whenever I see g4, I just think all in. You know? So weakening. But. Scary. A little scary there for the black queen, no? This bishop isn't the greatest in the world. Okay, he's weaseled out. There's some safety there for black here. A little bit of a clumsy rook, yeah? Queen stepping up. Oh, king up. The rook wants to play. Queen takes pawn soon. First rook activity. Rook here. Maybe queen g3 and you don't get this pawn back. White is up some material. They're going too fast. I don't have time to count. I don't know. I don't know. Probably a pawn. Mate threat. Rooks are going to be off. You can't do that because of check, and the queen would fall. Not rook takes rook. Black is on the back foot there. Has two passers, however. That's a check. This pawn is really fast. The bishop is there to defend. Black is reminding white that they also have a passed pawn. Oh, chop, chop. This pawn would promote. Not so fast. Check on the 7th, or the 2nd. Not quite. Offering a queen exchange. White will promote. White is winning. I think the king could step up. Bishops will be exchanged. This queen is ideally placed. There are no checks. However, wait. Oh, he's down on time too. They're going to have mate. The king's getting mated. King here, queen there. Game over. Carlsen goes down. 1:22 remaining. 1 hour, 22. Ali Reza. Grandmaster. Ali Reza with 56 points on fire. 56, 52, 48, 39, 1 hour, 22 minutes remaining. Where is Carlsen? 34 points. 16th place. I missed the first few moves. That's what they were. A B3 game. You catch that one? Ooh. Why? Oh, he's down a piece. Oh, a mouse slip. Oh, wait a second. He dropped his queen. Oh, he mouse slipped. Bishop takes queen. Carlsen I don't know, would he have played on? Probably. Okay, that's a big mouse slip. He went in for a quick bishop g4, tried to win the queen. He mouse slipped. Ouch. Okay, Carlsen's down a pawn, has a nice pawn on e4 though. Not anymore. A pin, you can't take, counter pin. All right, a slight development lead. Is there enough compensation here for black? White also has the bishop pair, let's not forget. And has consolidated. White is simply better here. All pieces will soon be playing. Nice squares for the bishop, f1. This is a passer. We'll get running soon. Is he going to fall? It seems like he's going to fall. He's got to push. Okay, there goes a2. That's a big pawn grab. You can't take here. Queen b1. Well, maybe you could. Queen would go back, but in the end, I guess this pawn would fall. Strong queen post. Both sides with flight squares. The bishop patrols this diagonal very well, still supporting the passed pawn on d6. Where we at on the clock? 5 seconds back for black, call it. White. Carlsen is up on the clock. Yeah, better for white still. Oh, white is up 3 pawns. I don't know how you come back from this one. We'll see. Out of the pin. No more pin here. The bishop is regrouping, and the knight is falling. This is a win here. Just have to watch out for anything fancy here, but that's just not going to happen. Security. The queen is just behind the pawn. You get marching. The bishop is always there to drop back on G1. This is another approach. I think he gave up the pawn there for a second with that push. Just a time edge for Carlsen. That's it. Oh, okay. No, there isn't that. It isn't a perpetual. The bishop drops back. Yeah, and now the mate on G4. Carlsen goes down. Ooh, plenty of slip-ups here. Where are we at? Carlsen is in with 36, 16th place. First place has 60. Ali Reza. With fire. Only a few goose eggs. Fantastic result thus far. 1 hour, 19 minutes remaining. This is a big first prize. Okay, back in the ring, Carlsen. I missed the first few. It looks like an exchange Caro-Kann. F-pawn is active, connecting knights, so central expansion. And the bishop only has 1 square. Okay, giving up the B-pawn just to have a file to work with. This is a case of opposite sides castling. Action in the center. I like black's position. This space in the center, this pawn is rolling. And what does this knight do? The knight has to drop in the corner in order for the majors to see along the B file. Black is better. You really need to get like all major pieces functioning on this point. Black is so much faster in this position. This pawn cannot be picked up. The queen is there. White is trying to get rid of it, but black says not so fast. You're going to cash out? Okay, creating some imbalance. The center just got ripped open. This queen is now very active. Bishop is under fire. The knight is in a pin. Things have just turned with those last few moves. Queen is under fire. Oh, there was even rook takes bishop first and then knight. No, there wasn't. The knight had to move first, but now this is serious. This is winning. Threat of knight takes queen and rook takes bishop. Game over. Checkmate. White resigns. 19th place for Carlsen. 1 hour 17 left. Wow. Better kick it into a higher gear, I guess, huh? I don't know. He's quite a ways back, and there are a lot of people competing in those in the front page. Top 10. A lot of players are on fire. They've been training. They've been training for this event. They want that $3,000. This pawn is very good. A connected passer. This one not quite connected. White trying to connect it. Both sides now with a connected pawn. This pawn, well, this queen side is really how do you get it functioning? Knight here might be a move. Trying to get into c5 if I could draw an arrow. This is a nice pawn chain. Yeah, he's in a noose. You don't want to jump in here. That actually helps black to develop. Black wants this knight exchange. This knight finally has a move. How do you make progress here? There's just been a queen exchange and a knight exchange. Okay, there goes another pair of knights. Maybe take here and take the pawn. No, wants to keep the material. Hanging on to the A pawn. Be careful. Now is when you get the king working. There we go. Just a little bit more. This bishop pressure here. Okay, that's where he goes for the pawn. And now he's looking for more pawns. Okay, A pawn is guarded by the bishop. The bishop is doing a good job controlling both the pawn and the promotion. There goes the C pawn. Where are we at on the clock? A few seconds up for Carlsen. Yeah, and easy from here. Up 2 pawns. And this rook is completely passive. Carlsen wins. Okay, a fast pairing. Hawk 20. FIDE Master. Where are we at in the standings? 64. Ali Reza slipped up. 56. Penguin with fire. What is this? Don't try this at home. Knight H6, Knight F7. Not something you see every day. Staying out of the f-pawn's way. A mobile center. The knight could take up a nice post in the center. We do have that. Excellent black knights now. Pawn is dropping on c4. Very invasive piece. There is a pin. Can it be broken? Is white going to go pawn hunting? White now doesn't get a chance with rook to d1, offering a queen exchange. Super sensible. Up a piece, or excuse me, up a pawn. And now a second. And resign. Yeah, there's no play here. Structure kills both bishop and knight. Passers. Another pawn ready to fall not too long from now. Okay, 64 with fire, 60. 64 no fire, 60 with fire. Penguin. Where is Carlsen? 16th place? Something like that. Okay. I missed something. That's what I missed. Camille chess. Next opponent. 1 hour 14 left. This is a light square bishop type position. What do I mean by that? Each side, I think, is trying to show that their light square bishop is better than the other. Ooh. A little bit careful here. Pressure on g7. Now this is a threat. There's no longer a pin. Compromise structure for white on the queen side. So, kind of like an extra e-pawn. Okay, there goes the a-pawn. Queen is going into Pac-Man mode. I don't know. Is there anything fancy happening over here? Just making sure one major piece is off the board. Rook takes and queen takes c4. This rook is out of play. If you can't really coordinate over here, yeah, just down material and awkward pieces. Throws in the towel, also back on the clock quite a bit. A resign, a pretty fast win there for Carlsen, who now steps up, has 44 with fire, is in 7th place, does not yet jump into a game. Here we go, Nirvana 95. Nirvana 95, their 7th game now. Not sure if they're really from that location. Anyhow, we have some English. It's symmetrical English, I believe. Trying to get rid of the master bishop. He's a goner. And now, getting on this weakened diagonal immediately. Look at the focus on the weak squares. Eliminate that key defender of the dark squares and then pinpoint those squares. We might have resign, and I think we're going to have resign. This is a massive fork. What is it not hitting? He's not even going to... Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah, that's a nice way to do it. I guess you had your pick. That's one way to do it. He's now up a full piece. And just swarming on in there. The knights are hungry. A little bit clumsy right here. This knight's going to get flushed, and the piece will get one back. Just take a pawn down. Yeah, this knight just... Wow. That knight just went on a rampage. Don't take the pawn. Don't take the pawn. You're going to get mated. The king is cozy on e3. Can't get at the king, and the knight's going to be beautiful on e4. This is a lot of pawns. 2 pawns. 2 pawns, too many. And look at the clock as well. 30 seconds. He's gonna get this one. There's no way to mess this one up. There goes the a-pawn. Rook takes pawn is going to a self-pin. One weak point is now secure, and there's nothing to do. This pawn, wait and see how fast he is. He's flying. Oh, tricky knight. Game over. Okay. Not yet in a game. Where is he at? He's on the front page. 48 with fire. Ali Reza, 68 with fire. Carlsen is a full 20 points. I don't know why full. He's 20 points back. Alrighty. Crazy H-pawn, huh? Alright. No open H-file. G4. Space. Space invader pawn here on H3. Be surprised how many different mating ideas are possible with this pawn right here. But white is saying, you know what, I could push a pawn in your house too. Black king is without a home, and white is just trying to rip things open. When are these guys going to play? Very soon. Could take the rook. He's a goner. Up the exchange, Carlsen looking for a discovery. This rook is hanging. Any knight move, and there's a punch. Are there any good knight moves, though? Carlsen is I was going to say working on the knight moves. It's a bad it's a bad joke. Bad joke. Is it even a joke? Oh, there's a blunder there. Removing the defender of h2. And going for a perpetual? No, he's going for more maybe. We're going to have a rook on g1. Is he going to be able to weave a mate enough with these two? Queen is there defending g7. Does he have anything? He's hoping for a perpetual. There's no perpetual. This knight, if he gets here, there isn't anything exciting. Okay, now you could even block on f8. Oh, there's a pin. You could block. Is there any checks? A couple checks, you know, just one check. One safe check. Black is winning this. Up a piece now. And up on the clock. MSB2 is going to get this one. You could always just give some material. He's doing that. Okay, it is now even material, but the clock situation. Two tricky knights. Well, Carlsen is now up a pawn. Don't blink. How many of you just blinked and missed that? White is up a pawn, but way down on the clock. 3.4 seconds. The knight's gone. Can you get that pawn? Draw. Oh, okay. Dodged a bullet there. He's no longer on fire. 50. Ali Reza. Saying this name quite a bit. He's top. 68, 64, 57, 56. Carlsen is in there with 50. Is he in a game? He is. Just fired up. Nirvana 95. Again. Second time this tournament. So, I guess Abenko? Yeah. No, not Abenko. A Benoni. Keeping the f-pawn flexible. No knight on f6. This h-pawn gets a little bit excited. Alrighty. Trying to eliminate a master defender. What's the white king going to do? This rook has moved. There is no castling. That's now illegal. And there is no queen h6. b5. You don't need to support this. Opposite sides castling. Give me open files. That's what Carlsen wants. Bishop takes. Queen here. That's why there's some pause. Queen h6. How are you defending mate? That's how you're defending mate. Knight here. I guess the queen starts to help out. This knight is also under fire, let's not forget. Both sides of the board are on fire. Okay. I think black is there first. Ready to take and then go here. There's follow-up checks on e4. No, it's just mate threat on g2. Alright, knight is a goner. And the queens could come off. Pawn takes, trying to rip things open. The queens could come off, and in the end, Carlsen is up a piece. Could also take here and then go for mate. That's efficient. Okay. Resign. Mate right around the corner. Mate in 1, 2. Okay. Nirvana goes down. Carlsen up another 2 points. 52. 70. Ali Reza. Penguin right on his heels. That game just finished. 72 with fire. Alright. Missed the first few. Happens from time to time. Okay. Space Invader. More space. Giving up the bishop pair. Carlsen does not want it. Does not want to give black any squares to work with. And this majority is already set into motion. Look at how fast. 4-3 for white on the king side. Looking to put pressure on this point. Excellent post for the knight. And now it is converted into a 3-1. For white on the queen side, 2-0 for black in the center. 3-0 on the king side. It's a race position. Each side just wants to push pawns. Get a queen. Okay, not so fast. Bishop is there. How do you get rid of the pawn? That's how you get rid of the pawn. This guy is secured by the bishop. f2 is falling and the knight is immediately relocating. Not so fast. Here you could take. Bishop takes, you gotta watch out for something. Probably some knight move there. I couldn't quite see it. Okay, now you're taking. The rook is guarding some squares from the knight. Fancy. Rook takes rook, knight takes rook, just trying to eliminate the blockader. Careful, rook. There's that. So this is trouble. Rook is now ideally placed. White not only up 2 pawns, but perfect post. Will probably have resign. I guess they're gonna play it out a little bit more. No stopping this pawn. Okay, I guess he's going to play this one out. Carlsen is up a few seconds and a few points. There goes another pawn. Resign now. Okay, there's still 1 hour and 5 minutes remaining in this one. Where we at? Ali Reza is taking a bathroom break, I imagine. 72, no fire. 66, 64. And Carlsen is back in the game. Arca 50, number 6. 6th place, Carlsen. Arca, 9th place. What is this? This is a French, I believe. Rubinstein? I missed the first few. Some coordination on G2, both bishops now pointing at the white king, multiple pieces pointing at the white king. That's not so significant a pawn. Really trying to hammer away against E6. Wow, everything is being coordinated on E6. Something fancy might happen on H2 if this bishop's eyes are open. Let's see if this happens. Okay. A little bit backward development for white, now ready to crash through on H2. Giving up the exchange, this bishop becomes an absolute monster. All black pieces are now playing, and they're all pointing at the white king. These guys are spectators. Okay, giving up the exchange, or taking the exchange, white. Now there's a problem here and here. Queen takes H3. G2 is under fire. You could pin the knight and then threaten this, or go right in for that. Oh, right. There is that. Resign. All the black pieces just came to life there on the towards the white king. Fast pairing, jungle, Viking. No idea who this is. Okay. A Sicilian. D4, recapturing on D4 with the queen. Not the king knight. I could draw. Working with the E4, the E and F pawn. E and F pawns. You're going to launch the G pawn? Yeah, once more. This idea. See it time and time again. Don't be afraid to give up pawns in these cases of opposite sides castling. If that pawn will grant you an open file or half open file towards the enemy king. Here we go. That's a serious pawn. These guys are now ripped to shreds. Cozy, cozy, cozy king over here. White is down a piece though. This would just bring the bishop to life. He'll be able to do something. Queen in here. No, not too fast. The bishop is covering H3 now. Trying to sneak on in. H5 pivot. Careful. This rook, right? White is down a piece, but this extra piece that black has, one of the pieces, is officially in the corner for forever. It's no longer down a piece, by the way. And black is probably going to resign. Yep, resign. Throw in the towel. Jungle Viking goes down. Carlsen goes up 4, 62 with fire. Only back 12 points, 1 hour, 2 minutes to go. Ali Reza remains in first. Penguin on his heels with 70 and fire. Penguin on board is getting hit with the Dutch. Wow. The Dutch. You don't see that played by Carlsen. That's great. Okay. Bishop pair for the Penguin. Not the clever tactic, but fail. The regular Penguin. Penguin had many fooled in the last titled arena. Prepping E4. Gotta watch. Black has to be very careful about this unopposed bishop. So now, can't get too excited with the E pawn. F4 is super important to control. E4 would give this knight a wonderful square. Black is down a pawn, but has excellent pieces. And now the pieces are sneaking in towards the king. How to break this down? The knight is flushed back. G3 is now secure. D5 is being undermined. The center is ripped open. Something's going to happen on F4. There are many pieces converging here. Now he wants the F4 square. Penguin is up on the clock and I believe doing well objectively. Yeah, this is better for white. I don't think there's anything fancy here. What is that about? Okay. Problem here. White is the better side. Double up on the G file. H3. was hit. That was a mate threat. Queen defends. There might even be a queen sacrifice. G5. Rook takes pawn. Queen takes rook is possible. Queen takes rook. No, it's not. No. You get hit with the mate. Got a responsibility, queen. That's why there was maybe a little bit of a pause there. Still can't take. Problem here on the dark squares for Carlsen. 10 seconds to sort it out. Not even. Uh-oh. Prepare to run? Yeah, he's preparing to run. Is he going to run? Is Penguin going to give the check? He already pre-moved that. He was expecting this. He's doing this no matter what. Oh, there goes the queen. No, she's not. Oh, the bishop was there defending. Penguin's going to win this one. Waiting to see him fly. Oh, he not a 0.1 is going to come off the clock. Promise you. I promise, not 0.1. Oh, I'm wrong. He should win this one, though. He should be able to win this one. He is so fast. Oh. No, maybe I was looking at the wrong clock. I might have been right. No, it was at 2.1. Anyhow, he's just so fast. He's so fast. Oh, man. Okay. Carlsen goes down. Carlsen goes down in that one. Baba Ramdev, next opponent. Okay, yeah, these guys are going to not make it easy. They all want the 3K. 4th place, 3rd place in the tournament standings. That was a wild game. Opposite color bishop position. Anyhow, hopping in. Dark square weaknesses for the black king. And yeah, waiting to see this bishop, an absolute nightmare. No, gonna go pawn grabbing. Queens are now off. And here someday, maybe. What's this knight up to? He's a struggling piece. Killer pawn. The knight wants to be here, but what's its path? How do you do that? Tough to do that. Okay, the knight found a spot, but white is now just having an active rook, an active king, and up a pawn. These guys are all going to fall. One by one. Black throws in the towel. Where are we at? Ali Reza, 79 with fire. Penguin with 74. Carlsen is at every chess player's favorite number. How many points back? 15 points back. Jörg Meyer again. Another Dutch on board. Not the first time also we're seeing this little maneuver. Knight h6 to f7. A little bit of a weird piece. Okay. So in their first game, Jörg Meyer had a good position, but ended up in some serious time pressure. Dropped some pieces back. Carlsen is eliminating the light square bishops. Master defender. The king side, the knight is repositioning. There was a discovered attack against the queen. And now black is up a pawn. What does this knight do? Okay. A little bit of a hesitation there, I guess, because it does give up some squares. Getting a pawn there. Discovered attack on e6. Offering a queen exchange. This pawn is backward. This queen is now very active. This knight isn't a pin. This is a strong piece for white. White's best piece. Queen on d5. Only one square for the queen. a2 is under fire. This knight is an excellent defender for the black king. White is up. White is better here. Excellent queen. She's really gluing everything together. Really, really wonderful piece. This rook can't do any better. Even material, but pawn quality is king in this position. Yeah, down on clock. How to push this pawn through? I guess here and here. This pawn's trying to put a dent. The knight is just taking a... white wants to keep the structure as is. I don't think he's there in time. Just safeguard this diagonal. Yeah, a queen immediately here. And you could give some material... Ooh. Oh, just one check. Just one check. No follow-up. Okay. I resign. Carlsen goes down again. Ali Reza, the #1 guy in the tournament. Fantastic result thus far. 55 minutes remaining. What is with this knight h3? Knight h3, knight h6 stuff? It definitely makes for some interesting structures, that's for sure. Don't get to see that too often. Okay, I think this is good for white. A struggling knight. This often happens when one side has a little bit of space. And now a pawn is picked up, and this guy has just torn open. That f-pawn really did a number on black's kingside. This knight isn't a pin. This happened, Jörg Meyer did this to Carlsen's knight in the previous game. Queen on d5 pinning a knight, queen pinning the knight here, if I could draw. Problems here on h6. What's the scoop here? Could take that. Where's the mate? Wow, very nice. Not able to get the rook. The bishop interferes with that idea. Black is better here. Black is up a piece. A little bit annoying pin. The king is flying. Any good follow-up checks? You could go here. Yes. We're there. Two ways to block. There still is a pin, but there's a way out. Imbalance, though. It's a rat race. Pawns are fast. How do you stop them? Yeah, they're really, really fast. Gonna sack one? Oh, this guy's fast, too. Oh, more queens are on the board. Oh, checkaroonies. Who knows what's gonna happen? Wow. Look at how quick this one turned. I have no idea how this one finishes. Just watch. Oh, a slipperoni. Oh, man. He had that one. Ali Reza had that one. Queen takes queen. A mouse slip. What is with these? Why are players mouse slipping minor pieces capturing Carlsen's queen? We saw that earlier. Bishop takes queen was tried. Instead, bishop e2. You're so close. You're just one square away. Just one square away. It happens. Oh, it's too much fun. Settle down. Settle down. All right, that's a weak guy. Can Carlsen get rid of that guy? We're going to see. Doesn't seem like it. This knight is a monster. Oh, okay. So you have to act in some other position. Otherwise, you're just crawling up into a ball and waiting. Not a good strategy, ever. So black wants the queens off, sensing danger with a thorn on h6, stopping h6, queen f8. First time playing against this player. Queen is ready to play, or the rook is ready to play. The queen could play to g7, defending the mate. It's very good for black on the queen side. Now some action in the center. Queens off, yeah. This would be good for black to have the queens off. Then you could pinpoint these weak squares, these weak pawns. A fork. Wow. Win some material. Can you get on this diagonal? First, the knight is secure. There's a threat of pin. That's defended. Rook g6. Rook is under fire. Oh, he missed that. It's going to be game over. Check-a-roni. Something better. I guess he had his pick. Queen is gone. We're going to resign. Plenty of time for Carlsen. Resign it is. Where are we at in the standings? Ali Reza 81, 78 Penguin, 68, 68, 68, 68 Carlsen 6th. 13 points back, 51 minutes to go. Baba Ramdev again. 5th game, I believe, in this tournament. A Benoni on board. In one of the Benonis, I think we had the knight going here, so we're not going to have repetition now. Okay, but there is some cost connected with this variation. The d-pawn is now a goner. White's d-pawn is passed. Black is up time-wise, though, development-wise. All pieces playing. A majority here on the queen side for Carlsen. And it gets pushing. Knight takes, super invasive. This knight wants to play. e4, 2-1 for Carlsen on the queen side. I think you could even afford a queen exchange there. You want it. Okay. It's gonna... Ooh, careful, careful, careful. Check. I guess the king is ready to run. Gonna pick up a pawn first. Ready for at least a perpetual idea. Knight takes, bouncing back and forth. F6, H7. This king cannot flee. Oh, there's also that move as well. The queen is a goner. Does he have more? He's trying to calculate some more. That's why there's a pause. Oh, no, the queen is also under fire. Knight takes queen, knight takes queen. I didn't realize the knight was hitting the queen there. Okay. The knight will be there just in time if the pawn runs. The knight is sectioned off. The king is now going to be able to help out defending against the passers. White is better here. White is down just a couple seconds. But, of course, better. Pawns on dark squares. This will be a tough one to come back from. Yeah, this pawn just gets rolling. Probably push, yeah. Can the bishop stop both pawns? No. Pushing through. It's a win for Team White. Don't drop your queen. No. Okay, Carlsen resigned. Not easy. Oh, and he's in pause mode. Bathroom break? 83 with fire. Ali Reza 78, 72, 70. All right, while he is in pause mode, let's check out... I can't resist. You got to check out the penguin when you have a chance. Let's see what the penguin is up to. Penguin. Good guy, that penguin. What is he up to? G4 for Team White. This is a monster knight. Not a permanent home, though. It's brought into question. The F-pawn is around. F5 in. Queenside castle, I imagine, will be the safe ground for Team Black. Is now that time? Yes, it is. Giving this square back up. His pawn has some aggressive intentions going up to F3. Carlsen is still not in the game. Tough to assess this one. Okay, a little fork threat. Ideally, you want to have this pawn move in at some point. This will be the safe home for the king. Both sides have pretty good pieces. Now there's some material there. And it doesn't want to take that rook just yet. You could take it now. You don't have to. No, the rook can't move. You drop the bishop. He recognizes that, just wants to get out of this pin. Maybe preparing to take without a recapture and a check. He wants the full piece. He wants more. But White says, now you're going to give me a passed pawn. E4 pawn. E5 pawn is now passed. Under 10 seconds for White. Not a good thing to do. Be down on the clock against the penguin. Yeah. So fast. I guess this one's going to be a time win. Yeah, 1.7. It's just not happening. Yeah, it's a classic bullet thing. Probably pre-moving that, expecting a queen move. Okay, back to Carlsen, who is in a game. Not an opposite color bishop position. Okay, this should be... Is there a way to put it? No, there wouldn't have been a way. As soon as the pawn goes here, White does that, and there wouldn't be a way to enter. That would be a drawn king and pawn endgame. Not anymore. This is an important tempo. King here. Yeah, no, this pawn is just falling. Or this pawn is just running, I should say. This pawn is falling. White knows it and throws in the towel. Okay. Standings. This is where we're at. 85, 80, 74. Carlsen. 70. All right. Are we going to get in game? 45 minutes remaining. How many points is he back? 85. He's back 15. Okay. Don. Matteo, 85. Running with the queen. Rook pawn. Space. Just wants to give up the piece, huh? Bishop for knight exchange. Has good coordination, structure and bishop. A little bit of an uncomfortable pin. Yeah. This pawn on a3 provides a nice square for black pieces on b4, especially a knight if it could get there. Or even a bishop in this case. Can be quite strong. White is breaking in the center, however, and now winning some material. Ooh, I have to go into an awkward pin. There wasn't really good squares. These black pieces are really knifing into the white camp. His pawn is pushing. He's passed. He's out of a pin now. Didn't mean to do that. Continues to march. White is up a pawn. Very, very deep. And you cannot take the pawn because of knight f6. A little bit uncomfortable there. Oh. Is that working? Okay, he's... Oh, that was sweet. I just had to shut up there for a couple seconds and just appreciate what just happened. Don't try to commentate on what just happened. Just sometimes you have to say, you know what, that was sweet. What just happened there, I couldn't really put into words. It was just sweet. Oh, that was a nice tactic. Knight f6 still in that position. Love it. Okay, there's still some work ahead because this bishop glues everything together. Now the king is there stopping this advance, but he stopped to be a little bit careful, however. Okay, not now. This king is an excellent blockader. Probably have just a time win. But back and forth, the king should get... Oh, okay, there was an opportunity to take there. The king was blocking the bishop's view. And now outside pass. This is a draw. Is he going to be able to... No, this guy seems to be fast enough. They'll go 50 moves. This is a draw. We'll probably have repetition soon. No, down on time. Oh, I think he was trying to maybe move here or here. Get in the corner. Probably best is to get in the corner. Carlsen just won on time. Of course, an objective draw there. 72 with fire. This is important. He's back 14. He does have fire. A win here with 4 would get 4. Baba Ramdev again. This is his most frequent opponent, I believe. 3-2. Oh, yeah. Their 6th game in this tournament. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Isolated pawn. A bishop that's going to struggle? No, not now. This pawn has moved. A pin. Pawn 1. Okay. Center has been wiped out. Symmetrical structure. Same color bishops. Queen is on a very nice square. Observing b7 and f7. F7 is super sensitive. What's that idea? Just inconvenience the... Yeah, inconvenience the king and then play to f4. A little finesse. White is a tick better because already has a flight square in this major piece specific position and already trying to take advantage of that. Rook takes rook, mate would follow. So now each has a flight square. White slightly better, slightly more active, but you know what? This queen is fantastic and this rook is just not going to budge. This should be a draw objectively, especially if these guys are exchanged. Carlsen knows this, wants to keep a little bit more action on the queen side, keep it relevant. This pawn will fall. Now we just stare at the clocks. We just stare at the clocks. Carlsen is up 5 seconds and being very aggressive now. G4. What is that about? The base point is covered. There always seems to be one piece there securing it. Trying to weave a mate. There's the rook up and... Oh, that pawn could have been captured. Missed that, huh? Missed it or didn't want it? You going for mate now? No. Queens are now off. King and pawn endgame. Carlsen's up 7 seconds. This should be a draw. Black will be able to manage a draw here. This will be a draw. A draw on board. 40 minutes to go in the tournament. Ali Reza still on top. Only by a point. Penguin. Hot on his heels. 74. Carlsen is back 13 points. Paco. Next opponent. Another streamer. Grandmaster Vallejo. A Sicilian on board. D4 or not? No. No D4 for white. Black wants the space. Okay. 2 minor pieces. The knight is recapturing, looking for a new square. What was the trick there? I think there would have been rook takes if the queen moved. Rook takes knight. Okay, so minor piece imbalance. A little bit of space here. Pawn is out of the line of fire. Where's his home? Where's the knight's home? I'm going to find out. Maybe f6 is the home. Yeah, he's going to get flushed to f6. Not a bad square. You attack the bishop. Counter punch, and now defending. I probably should have inserted h6 first. White has just grabbed a little bit of space. f6, or excuse me, f5 is a nice square. If the bishop isn't around controlling that, it would throw a punch. And knight f5 would be met with h5. Black wants to stop that idea first and only then jump into f5. If the bishop is not around d3, forget about it. d3 anyhow, sacking the exchange, and now the rook is wild. Even material. And this should be, careful. You can't allow pawn takes pawn. No, black is winning this, because I think however you slice it though, those last few moves, black would be able to acquire an outside passed pawn. If the king moved, there would have been or if a king captures and then push here, this guy is better than this guy in this ending. This guy is passed though. Whoa, something happened over here. Something happened over here while I was staring over here. Okay, the queens are on board. Carlsen is better. Even on the clock, the queen is gluing everything together. Black is up 2 pawns. The queen is an excellent defender. This arrangement right here, there are no good checks. No good checks. Queen on f3. The king is slipping in, trying to get on up in there. Get on up in there. Okay, the queens are gone. Oh, another... Oh, there was an opportunity to win the queen there. Oh, Carlsen won. Okay, with less than a second. 38 minutes remaining. And does not have fire. Hasn't had a 4 in quite a bit. 76. Still 13 points back. Macro, next opponent. Advanced Caro-Kann. Almost said advanced French. Not quite. Okay. Carlsen got rid of his bad bishop. He's happy, probably. And, yeah. G4, possibly. It's committal. Okay. Opposite sides castling. Pressure here and here. Problems. Center is now collapsing. The rook is a goner. White is better. Mate threats. This might be a resign. No. Queen is back to defend. I missed that. Queen takes knight and get mated. Just deflecting the majors away from this file. White is still up the exchange and now piling up on the, preparing a battery on the C file. Yeah, this is going to be a hard one to hold. Now this guy is passed. No pass pawns for black. Easy for white, I believe. Check and then get this guy rolling. It's going to get rolling. Just push. Resign. Carlsen goes down. Ooh. Ali Reza, 91. Penguin, 88. Catching, 82. Carlsen is 15 points back. No fire. Back in the game against his favorite opponent. A classical Nimzo against Baba Ramdev. Pin. Action in the center. This is how he's apparently going to get out of the pin. Connect the knights and then get the queen out. Pressure on c3. Winning a pawn. Bounced at the moment. This pawn is bound to fall. Capture the bishop and then capture here. Capture the bishop and then capture here. Is that what I said? Okay, now this pawn isn't going anywhere. Bishop is super gluing that pawn in there. Okay, I imagine the knights will be exchanged and we're working with opposite color bishops. Okay, and that's what we have. In-betweener? In-betweener? Maybe that's why we had this. I think if rook takes pawn here, could have been annoying. So opposite sides castling, opposite bishops, opposite color bishops, and even material. Okay, each side with a flight square. That's good. And some secure pieces for both sides. I don't know. Let's see how this one plays out. Also even on the clock, controlling one of the dark squares in the center. Yeah, it's solid for both sides here. Tough to make progress. Might see a lot of shuffling. This bishop will be challenged. Even if this bishop was here, you'd see f6, f3. Oh, a pawn dropped there. Can this guy get rolling? Careful. Ooh. Oh, okay. The queen was there just in time to defend that mate threat. Queens are now forced off. This is an objective draw. Carlsen is down on time. Yeah, a definite draw here, objectively. The bishop can always just go here, defend these two. The king is responsible for stopping this one. Let's see how many moves these guys can pull off. Is he going to sneak in something like this? Is he going to try to run over here really fast and pick up this pawn? Repetition. A draw on board. I think he only gets a point for that. Let's see. Yeah, he just got a point. 77. Penguin is in first. 92 with fire. That's huge. Fire. Look at. You don't see fire. Okay. Another game. Another GM battle. Half open D file. White playing in the center. E4, F4 pawns. Capture. Follow up with F5 or D5. If the knight moves, the bishop would fall. Black piling away at these pieces that are on the open file. All right, balanced material. No, black is up a pawn. This is the This is the extra. Oh, was that a mouse slip? No, not quite. No, it's not a mouse slip. Material is restored. Pressure against. Oh, what just happened there? Oh, the queen fell. There was a skewer there. Rook to E1. If the queen moved, the rook would fall. So instead of being down a full rook, black wants it queen versus rook. But either, however you slice it, white has a queen versus a rook. Go into a pin or drop here, bishop back. You have to cover the base points. There is some coordination here. Actually, black has a little bit more. Has a bishop and rook. Bishop and rook versus queen is the imbalance. Trying to get at this point. This is sensitive. Gonna target this point? No, he's gonna press here with b4 at some stage. b4 now. Bishop takes pawn, however. Still getting a pass pawn. Have to be careful. This guy is tricky. Oh, this should be a fortress. This is a fortress. The king stays here and the rook goes there. This is going to be a tough one for Carlsen to hold. Black will be able to make a lot of moves fast. The knight goes here. Let's see. Oh, just like that. Just like that. Yep, black had coordination there. Carlsen goes down. Again, plenty of slips in this one. Is in 9th place. I think around this point in Lichess Titled Arena 4, he really stepped on the gas. He's back 16 and needs to do that right now. He's to win against his favorite opponent. Game 8 in English on board against Baba Ramdev. Hope I'm pronouncing that one right. With how many times they've been paired up. Okay. Carlsen's down a pawn. Has a little bit of space. Some security for c4. This knight moves. There's a fork. Careful, knight. This pawn is a little bit weird on c7. A little bit backward. No idea how to assess this one. This knight is controlling d6. White is trying to get at that point. Bishop pair advantage for Carlsen. Can't take the knight because of discovery. The queen would fall. D6 might put you into an uncomfortable pin, so says no thanks. Instead, putting pressure on black's best piece, exchange bishops. No. Bishop takes bishop, there would have been knight takes knight, ruining white's structure, and only then a recapture. Okay. Bishop on d5. This pawn is in a pin. Just won a pawn. The bishop patrols this diagonal. Queen takes knight, queen takes knight. Down on the clock by a few seconds, Carlsen. Trying to shoo the queen away from defense. It's not happening. Challenging the knight. Black is better here. On the clock, objectively. Monster knight on e5. Safer king. What have I missed? A lot of good things for black. You could give up the strong knight for the bishop if you want. Okay. Offering a queen exchange, this one pawn restricts these two. Watch out for something sneaky. Might have something sneaky at some stage. When Carlsen's down even more on the clock, you might have something like a4. b4 gonna fall? Oh, there was an opportunity to take the bishop. You can't stop the pawn. Can have resign. Up 8 seconds as well. Baba Ramdev with the W. Carlsen goes down again. And is just barely on the first page. 77 back-to-back losses. Penguin is up there 96 with fire. 19-point lead. Jesse Pinkman. Next opponent. Knight h6 into f7. I think this 3K first prize may be for the first time going to somebody else other than Carlsen. We'll see. Yeah, queen's off. Could exchange. No, queen takes queen. There'd be a recapture with check. There wouldn't be time for this fork. Okay. Black has the pieces working. Even material. Knights are exchanged. What am I talking about? Even material. Don't you see a knight here? White has a knight and black doesn't have a knight. It's not even material. Carlsen is down material. He's missing a knight. He really wants a knight right now. And he's just not around. And there's no advantage on the clock either. In big trouble. King takes. Skewer. This one's not going to go in black's favor. I just don't see how you work some magic here. Where's the magic? King's flushed back. King is now becoming active. And just get out of pins. There's a check possibly. Check right now. Light square bishop exchange and then knight here. No activity allowed. Rook controlling the base points. The knight's ready to hop on in. 16 seconds, 15 seconds, nothing to do. Carlsen throws in the towel. 27 minutes remaining, and Carlsen is no longer on page 1. Neither is Opper. Wow. Penguin, meanwhile, is now at triple digits, 100 with fire. Back in the game, Carlsen. He needs to make a run and fast. Like right now. He's in 11th place. He needs to win out, I think, to catch Penguin, who is on fire. Macros the opponent. Look at their score. 4-4. You know, they Macro won their one game in this tournament. Queen versus rook and knight position it was. Okay. Not the healthiest of structure on the king side. Bishop here be met with a very timely knight f5, hitting the bishop, hitting the queen. White is still trying though, prepared to sacrifice, and does. This is a monster bishop. Black knows it, needs to challenge it right away, does. Oh, a mouse slip. What's with these mouse slips? They're just one square away. That's the third mouse slip. I promise you, queen takes pawn was the idea. Okay, Carlsen got a win. Just then, he needed that. 100, Penguin, still in that game. Where are we at? Okay, another game. Needs to get on fire. Another win here, and he'd get 2 points. Needs to get on fire. Needs to get 4s. Is this where he's going to make a run? We're going to see. Good position. Let's look. Is Carlsen down a knight? No, he's not down a knight in this game. I gotta go back to basics. Count minor pieces before pawns. Okay. Even material. No, Carlsen's up a pawn. He's up a pawn. This is maybe a little bit sensitive. Careful, careful, careful. Bishop back, queen takes f2. Counter punch against this rook. Doesn't have to react just yet. Okay, now there's pins, there's defense. Queen is excellent on b5. Ah, he's just winning some material now. Carlsen is up a bishop. Okay, and is saving the bishop with this queen exchange. And we'll be getting this one. He's going to get this W with 24 minutes remaining. We're going to have resign or play on. How are we looking in the standings? Okay, resign. Quick look at the standings. Penguin slipped up. Okay, 100. Where is Carlsen? 81. He is back 19 points with 24 minutes to go, but I believe has fire. Yeah, I think he won his last 2 games. They're going so fast. It's tough to keep track. But okay. He's going with something solid. None of this knight h6 to f7 business. He's maybe taking it serious now. Okay, maybe this is this serious Carlsen now? We're gonna find out. He's up a pawn. These guys are getting rolling. Oh, I gotta go counterpunch. Both bishops under fire. Dexter 29 is the opponent. Only took me 30 seconds to realize who the opponent was. This bishop can be brought to life. Targeting d3. The knight just fell. Carlsen's up a piece and piling up on the pinned bishop. Quick resigner? No, he's up a piece in these exchanges. 2 bishops versus 1. Quick resign. And boom. 7th place. 85 with fire. 15 points back. It is possible. It is possible. 23 minutes to go. Let's see. We're going to get a pairing. No time for bathroom breaks. Get in the ring. He's in the ring against the pack leader, the slippery one. Penguin G. IM1. What is he thinking about? E4 best by test? Penguin's going to throw the French maybe. Or go something mainline. The French. Loves the Rubinstein. We're going to have a Rubinstein. Chopperoni. Okay, it's a piece play position. C5 at some point. Okay. Directed at controlling the C5 break. It seems with these last couple games, Carlsen is playing a lot more controlled. A lot more serious. I get the feeling. Don't know. Just as G4 is played, right? A lot more control. G4 on board. Okay, Black didn't get in the A3 move. Giving up the exchange. Has a nice home. King security. Very strong for white. A master knight on C6. Is under control at the moment. Bishop fights off some nice squares. And he just went pawn hunting. Okay, this bishop might struggle some. His pawn is fast. Bishop's going to help out control it. The bishop's very good here. The king, a very strong piece, but the bishop and rook coordinate very well to stop this rook, and this pawn might start to bolt. Okay, first gluing in the knight here. Here comes the A pawn. How are we doing on the clock? 28 to 24. Careful, careful, careful. You have time to pick that pawn up? Okay, careful. There was a threat against the rook. There is no check. The bishop controls that. Is this A pawn going to bolt? It's going to be pressure here. Rook here. He's on the counterattack. He's prepared to give up the bishop for this pawn for sure. Actually, how do you even do that? You have to give up the rook for the pawn. Penguin is better here. This is a huge game. You have to watch out for the A1 square. The king, can he slip away? The king is slipping away. A knight on E6 would be fantastic, and I think he's going to get that. I don't know that he could get the king. He's slipping away. Oh, he's giving up some material just to get the knight. Very good decision. Yeah, now this pawn is flying. Yep. Penguin's gonna get this one. I don't know. I don't know how to call it. I don't know how to call this one. Got the queen. Time. No. Carlsen's down on time. Ooh, that's a huge win. He didn't get 4 for that, but Penguin now has fire. Carlsen does not. 85. That's a huge win. If Penguin goes on to win it, that game you just saw right there might have been the one to do it. That might have been the 3K game. Okay, back in the game. What did you miss? That. Ooh, 19 minutes to go. So fast. Down to the wire. Just a second for each side. Wow. What a time scramble that one was. Bullet. That's bullet for you. Back rank issue. Need a new square. Rook b8 is a threat. Oh, there's multiple threats. Back rank and also this. And knight there. Okay, very nice. Found a way to save the piece. It cost a lot of time. Who's better? I don't know. This pawn is scary. Knight here and then get running. Oh, he's picking this guy up. Okay, Carlsen is now better. Can this pawn be saved? Yes. Carlsen is better. Better king. Primary thing. He's pushing through now. Where is he? Yeah, these pawns are very, very strong. Push. King here? Does that work? No, king here. There's bishop takes pawn. Very important. It would be bishop takes pawn. Or bishop takes bishop, excuse me. This is better for Team Black, of course. Up 2 pieces. How do you win this one, Carlsen? You have to push. Oh boy. Is it it's the wrong colored bishop? Is he going to be able to burn these seconds off of the... What? Oh, my goodness. He dropped a bishop. He dropped the bishop. Carlsen won that one. Oh, man. That's luck. A little bit of luck there. 87. Carlsen still back 21 with 17 minutes to go. How many more games can you get in? Maybe 8 or 9 games? His favorite opponent of the tournament. Game number 9. He is also in 9th place. Wow. Okay. A Benoni on board. 17 and change. Can Carlsen 5-peat? He won the first 4. Lichess Titled Arenas. White is better here. Getting this e5 break-in. Is this a liability? What's this knight up to? I guess he's going to capture here, and after the smoke clears, white is just better. Comparing the knights. A little bit of space. Some simplification. Queen on d7. Yeah, can you get away with taking that pawn? Oh, he's flushing the rook. Oh, he's winning some material. There is no sack because this piece is defended. Knight takes f6. There is no rook takes rook. It's up the exchange. Rook is under fire. It's defended. Queen is defending the pawn. Okay, taking up a post on this square soon. First getting out of the reach of the knight. Yeah, that was actually pretty important. Knight f6 would have followed. So king g7, the queen is now active. Just went on a rampage, picked up a couple pawns. Wants to get on this diagonal, question the king. Excellent piece. Flush the knight away. The knight's not going too far away, though. It's pretty strong here. But black has coordination and a clear plan. Ready to push through? Trying to get at this square? I guess so. Could use the rook as a defender. Are there any good follow-up check? Yeah, this is a problem. Knight f6 is a problem. Here's met with this. Knight f6 is a mate threat. It's not just a fork. That's a mate threat. You're giving up the queen just to get rid of that master. Killer. e4. Up on time, though, Carlsen. There is at least a perpetual for white. If you want it, probably take it. Whoa, there's no move. Connection issue. No, there is a move. He sidestepped the checks. He has opportunity to win. He's getting the queen. Sneaky move. A sneaky bullet move. He's going to be able to get this one. Oh, where are we at? 15 minutes to go. And a checkmate on board. Where are we at? He has 89. He has fire. He needs to win out. Penguin slipped up. He's at 112. Carlsen is back a lot. 23 points is a lot to overcome. Okay. Needs to win out for sure. And even if he does, I don't know if it's still possible. Space for white. Queens are gone. D5 is strong. Knight hops in. Let's see how black addresses this space disadvantage. B2 is under fire. Okay, that's defended. C4 is under fire. This knight is under control, trying to take advantage of the pinned rook. C4 is secure now. Could take the knight. Oh, he missed that the knight is covering that square. Pretty fast win, which puts him up to 6th place. He got a 4. First 4 in a little bit. 93 with fire. Macro, next opponent. Slight edge in their match score, 5-4. Queen D6. Offering a quick queen exchange. I've seen him do this multiple times. Okay, the knight is in a pin. He was ready to drop in. Just taking out. Yeah, he's gonna go a little bit greedy there. Grab the pawn, and then try and consolidate. That's not just any pawn. No C pawn means this square is a reliable home for the knight. And there he goes. He's gonna prepare to castle in what direction? No castle. Which way you going, Carlsen? Neither. I don't want a castle. This is my home. F7. Oh, he's castled by hand. I love it. Just make me eat my words. So in the end, he kind of castled kingside just by hand. A roundabout castle. That's all. Okay, you have to be careful. Look at this square. Rook G1. How are you defending this idea? Yeah, the bishop has to give the king a square. But is this a move? No, not quite. But this square certainly comes to mind. Okay, the dark square bishop is a goner. Is rook going to plant here? Yes. I think black is better. Having consolidated, he's going to win a rook. He's going to get this one. White resigns. Carlsen up 4 on back-to-back 4s. You have to go back maybe a good half hour to see back-to-back 4s. 97 with fire. Top guy does not have fire. 114 Penguin. Ali Reza on his heels with fire. Oh, man. Okay, Opper. 21-1. You're not going to see this type of score by... Yeah, 21-1 against Opper is huge. This is such a fantastic player. Okay. Let's see. Queenside castles. Bishop pair. Carlsen has some space. Doesn't want a knight trade. Wants to flush the knight away with C4. Some activity with the rooks. C4 on board. Careful now. Knight here. No, that could be met with that. So the knights are inconvenienced for sure. This might be a little bit annoying. That's secure now. Okay, white is the better side. Having a nice central presence. Oh! Check and the rook would fall. Opper just resigned. Another pretty quick win. 11 minutes to go. No time to check the standings. Last game, Jesse Pinkman won. Yeah, that was the game where I didn't realize Carlsen was up a piece. Or excuse me, down a piece. Let's see if I could count in this game. That's all I'm looking to do in this game. I'm looking to improve. Can I count in this game? Let's see. Knight's eyeing up C5. It's ruled out. Knight's being a pest. F6 is now secure. The structure controls these two. Doesn't want to see C4. Doesn't want a pawn. Doesn't want to ruin the structure here on the queen side. Space. Each side with some space. And now this is targeted. Black is better here. This is a fantastic knight. Defending the pawn, putting pressure on another. Black is very active. The white rooks are passive. And now black is up a pawn. Isn't this rook going to be trapped? Does this trap the rook? Okay, he has to give... No, it's not trapped. You could go there. Is this rook going to find it home? Going to cash out? No, G3 or B3. Okay, you're trying to remove the knight even on the clock. Flush the knight away. Just to find a new home, and now this pawn falls with what? Neither. Doesn't want it just yet. Watching here. You take with the knight. Okay. 2 minor pieces versus the rook position. Better for Carlsen. Defend here, take this pawn, and you give this guy up? Okay. Okay, now you take the pawn, you give a check, and you run here. Oh, look at the clock. Look at the clock. He's getting that very valuable outside pass pawn check. Rook takes pawn, there'd be a fork. Careful now. Check. No, he's mopping up this passer. Clock situation. Who knows how... Okay, that was a big sequence right there. Should be able to get a lot of... Oh, there's a fork. He's going to be able to get this one. Pre-move with the king. Pre-move with the bishop. Just don't drop one of the minors. Oh, he didn't get that one. That's huge. He lost on time. No, he didn't lose on time, but it's a draw. He didn't have any time on the clock, but opponent did not have enough material. Where are we at in the standings? Really quick. 103 to 18. He's back 15 with 8 minutes and change to go. Ooh, he really needed to win that one. Just was not fast enough with the mouse. I don't know. You're only getting 4 games in, maybe 5 games. Oh, he really needed to get that W. W is not there. 44 seconds. Call it even on the clock. Oh, I don't know. I don't think there's a path to victory, to getting first place. He's in 5th. It's not just Penguin. There are some other guys really competing for that first spot. That's how you know it's super strong. Carlsen being in 5th place after an hour and 50 minutes of play. This is an excellent bishop that does not want to budge. Just reinforce that point. Okay, no, he's taking. Trying to get into these light squares, keeping the queen honest on a4. a5 on board. Going pawn hunting. Doesn't want to go defensive. Trying to damage the kingside structure. Okay. What's black going to do? Offer a queen exchange. Queen's off. Cannot stop this pawn. It's not looking good objectively for white here. And just has a little bit more on the clock. Look at this king. Is he going to step up? Ooh, really? King to e2. Okay, some checks. He's getting this pawn. Opper's really fast. You could exchange queens and then get the king over here. He went for the draw. I think that's going to do it. You're not catching these top guys. And in fact, Ali Reza is now in 1st. Carlsen, no fire, 104, 14 back with 6 minutes to go. Wow, he really needed that win when it was the 2 minors versus the king. And, well, needed to win this pass game. It's going to take a couple minutes to even get on fire. Whew. Okay, let's see. F-pawn going to roll. B7 is under fire. This is a weak square. Can a knight get there? That would be invasive. Rook as well would be nice. The knight on D4, however, can challenge a piece on C6. He's going in there right now. Punch the queen. Looking at F4. Keep the queens on. No. The queen was very active. Trying to keep the queens on. The A-pawn falls, and this guy is super strong. I think white is better. No. I missed that move. Up the exchange now. Carlsen's up the exchange. These rooks aren't so great, though. On the defensive, you know, light squares. An excellent grip over the light squares. What's this bishop up to? He's getting the exchange back. Carlsen's going down in this game, I believe. Yeah, it's a struggle. Down on the clock. This guy's been flying. 32 seconds remaining. King will be there in time to stop this pawn. Sacrifice on this square. Knight in the corner. You could take here. You're there in time if you want it. Knight in the corner. Excellent find. You could still do that. Oh, no. There was the threat of bishop check. Sneaky. And there was once more this idea of a check, and the bishop is actually there in time to stop this little tactic. And is he going to be able to sneak through here? He managed to stop that tactical idea, which is very impressive. How are we doing here? Is this pawn going to bolt? How do you stop the pawn? Are you going to be able to stop the pawn? No, he's just going to take the pawn. Let's see. It's going to be a draw. It's not getting this one. Carlsen actually loses that one. It's not going to Carlsen. Lichess Titled Arena will be going to somebody else. That somebody's either Ali Reza with 120 or Penguin 118 with fire. Carlsen 104. Not enough time to make up that gap. Back 16 with 4 minutes to go. You're only getting 2 games in. Opper next opponent. Whoo. All right. I think I don't want to watch that game. I want to see this game. This is more interesting. Let's see these final 2 games. This is maybe for all the marbles. I don't know where Ali Reza 1, Penguin 2. And Penguin's going to win this one. 2 bishops, and you can pre-move this one out. Penguin might be in the lead after this game, and I'm actually going to sneak over to Penguin in this final. Let's see where they're at. Penguin has a lead. That might have been the game. 122 with fire. If Penguin wins his next game, he's going to win Titled Arena 5. This is a huge game. Let's see how this one finishes. I needed to jump away from Carlsen and see. Penguin. Can he do it? A win here and he will get it. He'll be up a cool 4 with under 3 minutes to go. Let's see if he can do it. Queen e2 defending the bishop. Excellent position for Penguin. Material. Okay, he's down a pawn, but he has excellent pieces, and I don't know how black gets out of this. Definitely keep the queens on. An uncomfortable pin. Maybe something like this. A7 is under fire. The knight's looking to reposition. D6 square. Rook D6 as well as possible. Rook D6 on board. Can't go too far, queen. The knight would fall. Is this going to fall? Knight takes pawn. There is this. The knight would be in a pin. This is excellent. This is excellent for white. Is he going to get this one? He's up on the clock. Oh, the rook. The rook has to move here and block the check. It was under fire. Taking advantage of the pin. Counter pin. 25 seconds each. Queen takes knight. Rook takes rook. Sneaky. Okay, there's a check. Another check here. No. Good for Penguin just by a little bit. Is he going to get this one? Can you get the queens off? Oh, did he mouse slip there? Oh, there's a perpetual. Is it a perpetual? It's a perpetual. Oh, where are we at? 124. That should still be good enough for it. Because Ali Reza slipped up. I think that's going to do it. 124, 120. Let's just see this one more game by the Penguin. If I could get in the game. There we go. This right here, I believe, is going to be the winner. Up 4 with less than a minute to go in the tournament. Nobody has fire. And a quick draw right there. That's actually going to seal it. For sure. Let's look at the tournament. 125. Unless Ali Reza berserks his last game. Let's see this one. He didn't berserk. He's not going to be able to get 3. this Titled Arena, Lichess Titled Arena 5, is going to the slippery one, Penguin, GIM1, $3,000. Let's see the number 2 guy's final game here. Wow. What an event. What an event. All right. Down the exchange. Yeah, probably a resigner here. The little pumpkin is going to win. Yes. All right. And with that, there is absolutely no seconds on the clock. Final standings with this tournament. Didn't see the last couple of games by Carlsen, but it was too interesting to see Ali Reza versus Penguin towards the end there. Wow, what a close call. In first, Penguin walks away with the 3K. In second, Ali Reza. And then we have Arca 50, Wizard 98. I'm not familiar with the Wizard. And this guy, who I don't know how to pronounce. All GMs, one IM, an IM that will probably soon be a GM. Certainly GM strength, I imagine. In the end, DrDrunkenstein Carlsen finishing in 7th place with 109 points. 125, 122, 113, 112, 111, top 5, all with some cash. Carlsen in the end was back 16 points. Wow. Let's see all the pages here. Page 2. So in total, 307 participants in this Titled Arena. This is page 2. Page 3. I mean, these are all fantastic. Like this MSB2 is up on the top page, and Lichess Titled Arena 4. Another page. Just going through them all here, you could quickly see any favorites of yours. There's a lot of pages to go through, so just want to see where we're at. Boy, this is a lot of fun. This is a tournament that's a lot of fun to play in and observe. Oh, just going through them all. About the halfway point. And I think right around this stage we have mostly those who just play for a handful of games and then say, no thanks. I'd rather do something else. Yeah. Non-players. Okay, in the end, wow. Congrats to the Penguin. Certainly made it close in the last Titled Arena 4, and yeah, was able to win this one. Fantastic result. How many games did he get in there? 67 games, 67, 66, 69. How many did Carlsen get in? 59. Oh, he had a slow start too, those early connection issues. And I still, even without that, still had some issues, some games. This was a lot of fun.